When Ethan Kingsley, one of the most admired millionaires in the city, announced his engagement to the glamorous and seemingly flawless influencer Vanessa Hart, the world celebrated his perfect future, but behind the golden facade lay a darkness that no one could have imagined, a darkness that began to unfold the day Ethan was forced to leave for an urgent business trip overseas, leaving his timid 6-year-old son, Liam, in the care of both Vanessa and the loyal maid, Rosa. Rosa had been with the Kingsley family for years, practically raising Liam like her own child after his mother died, and she sensed something wrong the moment Ethan left the house. Vanessa's sweet smile twisted into something cold and cruel, and Liam, usually bubbly, clung to Rosa with trembling hands. What Rosa didn't know was that Vanessa saw Liam as the only obstacle between her and Ethan's fortune, a child who reminded Ethan of his late wife, a child who would inherit everything before her, a child she had no intention of keeping around. The nightmare began on a foggy morning when Rosa noticed Liam missing from his bedroom. Panic shot through her as she searched every corner of the mansion, calling his name until her voice cracked, but Vanessa appeared by the staircase, holding a cup of coffee, pretending not to care, simply murmuring that the boy must be playing outside, though her tone held no concern, no warmth, only annoyance. Rosa ran to the backyard, where something horrifying caught her eye, a fresh mound of soil near the old garden shed, the earth disturbed, the shovel still leaning against a tree as if someone had left it in a hurry. Her heart pounded violently when she saw a small shoe half buried under the soil, Liam's shoe. Without thinking, she dropped to her knees, clawing at the dirt with her hands, screaming his name, praying she was wrong, praying this was all a nightmare, but as she dug deeper her fingers brushed against something soft, Liam's jacket. Realizing the unthinkable, Rosa shoveled frantically until she uncovered Liam's small, dirt-covered face, his eyes shut, his breathing shallow, but he was alive, barely. She dragged him out, sobbing, cradling him as he coughed weakly, his voice barely a whisper as he struggled to say, "Vanessa pushed me, said Daddy doesn't need me anymore." Rosa's blood boiled at the realization, this was attempted murder. Trembling but determined, she rushed Liam inside, only to find Vanessa standing in the hallway, shock flickering in her eyes before quickly turning into icy fury as she hissed, "You should have stayed out of this," and reached for Rosa, but Rosa dodged her and locked herself in the guest room, grabbing the emergency phone Ethan always kept there. Her hands shaking uncontrollably, she called Ethan, who answered immediately, his voice cheerful at first, until Rosa's broken sobs spilled through the speaker as she told him everything, every detail, every cruel act, every monstrous thing Vanessa had done. Ethan's voice shattered into panic, rage, and disbelief all at once as he ordered her to protect Liam at all costs while he raced to the airport. Vanessa, realizing her entire plan was collapsing, tried breaking down the door, threatening Rosa, screaming that no one would believe some maid, but Rosa stood firm, shielding Liam with her body. Minutes felt like hours until the police arrived. Ethan had called them mid-flight, and when they dragged Vanessa out kicking and screaming, her facade finally fell apart, revealing the twisted envy and greed she had hidden so well. When Ethan finally returned, he burst into tears seeing Rosa holding his son, alive but weak, covered in scratches and dirt. He kissed Liam's forehead over and over, thanking God, then turned to Rosa, grabbing her hands, telling her she saved not only his son's life but his own. Cameras, reporters, and investigators flooded the scene, the shocking story shaking the entire country, but Ethan didn't care about the headlines. He cared only that his son was breathing and that the woman he trusted had shown her true, terrifying colors. Vanessa was exposed publicly, arrested, and charged with attempted murder, while Rosa was hailed a hero. Ethan made her an official guardian of Liam, giving her a permanent place in their family, and for the first time since his wife died, Ethan felt hope return. He vowed to protect Liam with everything he had, and to never ignore the instincts of the woman who had been an angel in disguise. And as the truth spread like wildfire, people around the world were reminded of one powerful lesson. Sometimes the most dangerous people wear the prettiest masks, and sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones nobody sees, until the moment they save a life. If you want more heart-stopping emotional stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because the next story might just change the way you see the world forever.